Hey gang, it is March 21st, 2017, and I know I haven't posted anything in a week or two, but I wanted to show you what was going on. I'm trying to strip the paint off of my 68 project, and in the past I've shown videos where I used a stripper on my 4.5-inch grinder, and basically that's what this is right here. And I picked these up from Lowe's, and they're like $12 or $13, so not cheap, but they are effective. However, it takes quite a few of these to get through what I'm trying to do. So I did the entire roof using maybe one or two of those, and then I did this quarter panel on the passenger's or driver's side, and I'm really happy with the results. But you can see just how thick they had built this up right here. Hopefully you can see how thick that is. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to replicate something along those lines to make it fit the extension. But all this is going to come off, so I know what I'm working with. As I'm doing this, I'm detrimming the car and different things. But this side, I haven't had as good a luck with. And I had posted something on my Jade Facebook page about it, and somebody responded that you need to have it in the heat. Well, today it's about 80 degrees, and this is multiple applications. I've probably done 8 or 10 coats of this stuff, which is what I'm using is this Goof Off Pro stripper. And this isn't aircraft stripper as you would buy, but it's very similar. The only difference is that I found is it's missing ammonia in this one right here. Otherwise, it's the same product. Well, you can see I just put this on maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago on the trunk lid here, and it's not doing much. It did separate the clear coat, and I only did basically down this side of the car, and it's kind of doing stuff, but it's slow and it's not very effective. Up here, again, this has been multiple times I've put this stuff on, and you can see it wrinkles some of the stuff pretty good, but you still got to dig into it to get it off. And again, I haven't tried using this stuff really ever. Normally I strip everything by hand, and it's getting a little bit better. So maybe the heat is the answer that I need to help this stuff come off. And here's wrinkling up a little more back here. So I was just experimenting. I figured, is there an easier way for me to do this? And I'm not sure this is the answer either. Now, all of what's in this Goof Off stuff, it does neutralize with water pretty easily. And I'm still wearing gloves and stuff. It doesn't have a very strong smell. I know that standard aircraft stripper is very offensive to the body. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, and hopefully I can make some good progress and get some of this stuff off of here, because I need to get this in epoxy so that I can start doing my body work. But this car had so many layers of stuff on it that I just wanted to experiment while I had the opportunity. So again, here, let me just show you. Got some in this can here. And it looks impressive when you first put it on. It does some bubbling and whatnot. But and it tells you in the instructions to brush in one direction. I'm not sure what the point of that is, but you can see it does something. But it's also doing it on the bare metal, so there you can see it cutting into that clear coat. But it's weird, it's like it does it in certain areas. And it's doing a lot more down here. Kind of cool to watch. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, trying to get this stuff stripped off, and maybe I'll do a follow-up on this. Well, I'm making some progress, and the heat is definitely helping. And I wanted to show you something else. I don't know if you can see, there was a bunch of bubbling going on in this paint, whatever layer of this is on this car, I don't know. But as I'm scraping off paint in big chunks, it's revealing all these little holes that were left in whatever this coating is. I don't know if it's a primer or what exactly. It almost has what they used to call feather fill, and then had another name for it. I can't think of it at the moment. But it was like a spray kind of Bondo material. But you can see all these little holes which correlate to all these other holes or dimples on the paint. So just showing you, this is, some of it's coming off okay, at least this layer. And I don't know if it's because of the stripper that is helping so much, as it's just not a very good paint job. So, making progress. Alright, so I think I'm done using the chemical stripper, at least the Goof Off brand that I had bought. Maybe if I had a more aggressive actual aircraft stripper, it may have done a better job, but ultimately all this pile here was really just using the putty knife and scraping it off. The stripper is not doing much of anything to what's left here, and I believe, I think I said feather fill earlier, and the new trade name is slick sand, and I believe that's what this is, just by the way it's acting. But you can see all those little holes all over the place. That's what caused all the bubbling in the paint, and so regardless, it all has to come off, and I think I'll just go back to using my stripper disc. Same thing with the door. Mixed results. Some of it broke loose or seemed to break loose really nice, other parts not so well at all. And I still have the other door to do, and I think I'm going to just go back to using my stripper disc. At least I got some of it off, and that'll help. But I have a lot of, I could have had it done by now for the amount of time I put into it using the chemical if I'd used my stripper disc. So anyway, I'm going to finish cleaning this up. There's still, some repair stuff to do. I found there's some filler here, so there's a little dent, and there's some filler here, so there's a dent. All this on the filler panel came off with a putty knife. I did not use any stripper on that. So again, mixed results, and if I'd used a more, let's say a more toxic chemical, probably would have done a better job. So I'm going to get back to doing it by hand. I think that's all I'm going to do on this video, and I'm going to show some more stuff that I'm going to do on the roof later, but that's all I'm going to do on this one for now. So hope that gave you some information. Maybe you'll try using the disc or get a more aggressive stripper, but that's all I can say. Once again, thanks for watching.